Churchill. I actually did an interview with Churchill. Let me give you guys an exclusive. All right. So this is what happened. Mushene time. So I did Kula show with Churchill. And what happened this time, Churchill was doing, what is it called? Churchill was doing My Story. It's called My Story. So he invited me for My Story, and I told him for me to come to My Story, then I'll also have to interview you for my platform. And he said, good stuff. We went to at Eka Hotel. We did Churchill show My Story with him, gave him all the juice. Then after that, we sat on the other side. We did Kula show with him. Beautiful episode and everything. The challenge we had that day, we were recording with their cameras. The producer was called, forgotten the name of the guy. Yes, but I don't like the guy until today. I'll tell you, you'll get to the gist of the story. So we did the interview. So the minute we're done with the interview, Churchill told me, mimi na feel tufanye interview siku ingine tena kama nimerelax, nimevaa kinyasa, tumeka kwa poolside nini. Nikamwambia no, the interview is nice, it's inspirational. It was very inspirational actually. I had a lot of information that I didn't know before. So it's okay. Akanambia iko sawa. Nikamwambia yeah, iko sawa. I like it. And we already did My Story Churchill show the way you're dressed. So why would you change for this one? So let it go. Akanambia sawa, good stuff. Chukua namba ya producer. You guys you'll go copy the footage and everything. Kachukua namba ya producer. Walikuwa na studio huko side ya Garden City. I've forgotten the name of that producer. The following day, I'm calling the producer, is not picking. I think 3 days later, I'm calling the guy, is not picking. So I drove all the way to the office. I'm like, what's up? I'm always like that by them. Myself, I always come to someone, I'm like, tell me to my face. Yeah. If it's, so I show up. The guy's like, I've been told not to allow you to have the footage. Yeah, this is an exclusive actually. I'm told not to allow you to have the footage. And I'm like, but why? We did the interview and it was very nice and I need to post it on Kula show and everything. Like, no, I've been told not to give the footage, Then I said, oh, okay. I said, okay, in that case, do not air my episode of Churchill show, My Story. So don't air mine because I'm not going to be able to air yours. And it was very clear. And I left. By that day, I waited for the guy in the studio for like an hour or two. Then he called someone in the studio. And I would see kwa computer. So that was that. About a week later, I see my show. That time I was working at Kiss. I see my show, My Story. Imeweka YouTube. Imepanda. I think it had 30,000 views or something. It was go. I'm like, wait a minute. I was very angry. The following morning, of course, kwa mukanga 4 a.m. kwenda. Kiss was here, Classic is here. Churchill would come in the morning. He would sit over there. So mimi nimeingia tumefanya show. Then I waited for him that day. I even told Kamene I'm very angry because this was the agreement. So when Churchill showed up, I went to him. I was very angry. I was like, good morning, sir. How are you? I'm like, I'm fine, Obinna. Ukoaje? Nikamwambia siko sawa. Nikamwambia, what's the issue? Nikamwambia, I did an interview with you. I was told you've not allowed the interview to air. And I told your director also not to air my interview because I'm not airing yours, but now they've aired mine. And he was like, wame air, kwa nini? I remember he had his phone, he was doing this. He was like, wame air, kwa nini? So he took his phone, akapiga simu, sayo asubuhi. How are you? Akapigia someone, why have you heard Obinna's episode and you guys agreed, Can you bring it down now? Nini. I was very angry, I actually walked away, went back to studio, and my interview on My Story on Churchill show was brought down. I didn't see it. I don't know if it's still there, but that time it was brought down. That is how I've never aired the interview, but I actually interviewed Churchill and he interviewed me on My Story. So if you say bring Churchill, yes, we already had the conversation. So maybe it will happen again, maybe it will not happen again, but everything happens for a reason. So that was the story. Churchill